the the club secretary wants you to contact some people on the class inquiry list.
Facebook feed.
So when you read, it's very important you actually identify the keywords, the class inquiry list. Yeah, your task is going to be based on that. You need to download the files you have been given. Use database software to import the information from the class inquiry lists. Create a query to find those interested in a beginner class or street routines. Paste a screenshot of the design view of the query into the evidence document. So what's required at the end is the screenshot of the design view of the query. Use query to create a report. Show only the title, last name, first name, initial address 1, address 2, town, county, and postcodes. Make sure the report is clear and easy to read. Paste a screenshot of the report into the evidence document. Again, another screenshots. Upload your completed evidence document. So finally you need to upload the evidence document. So we have done the first part, which is reading. The second part is to download the class inquiry lists. Okay, I need to save it, this list. I need to click on file and save as, and I need to save it into the folder. Into the correct folder, and it is task 6, so I need to create a folder called task 6, and the data is class, oh sorry, I should be renaming the data, class inquiry lists, and click here to download the evidence document. I need to save it into the folder. If I give it the correct name would be better, evidence document. Okay, so the text file is saved. Yeah, and what do I do next? Only the question will tell me what I should do. Use database software to import the information from the class inquiry list. So how do I, what is the database software I'm going to use? Alex, what database software do we use? What's the name of the database software? Access, yeah. We use Access. So inside the folder, if I right click and new, I can create a new Microsoft Access database file. Yeah, I click on it and I can give it relevant name like class inquiry list. And press enter and double click to open it. Enable content. Now I want to import the data. Yeah, how do I import data? And I go on the ribbon external data. Yes, and here I choose the text file because it's text file I'm going to import. Text file and browse, and I need to browse to the folder containing the where did I save it? Oh, class inquiry list. I saved it in the main root folder. Yeah, I can get it from there. Always saving in the right place is important. I will open. I'm importing the file. Oh, bad file name or number. What happened? Let me try again.
Is it still open? Sometimes you've got to shut them down to import it, no?
Yeah, click. It may not like the location where I was getting it from, so I'm going to put on the local download folder, class inquiry list, file, save as. I will just save it into the download folder. Let's see if it's going to be better now. Text file from download folder. Click OK. Alright, it's happy now. Delimit it. If one thing doesn't work, you just have to experiment, yeah, and ask yourself why it's not working. First row contains field names. Next. And again next. We don't want access to create primary key for us, and primary key is not needed for this task. No primary key. Next. And finish. So the table is imported, yeah. So next we need to create the query. The question said use the query to create a report. Create a query to find those interested in a beginner class for street routines. So to create query, we click on create and query design. We select the table and we can select all of them, drag down. However, the class style type has to be beginner. If you are in doubt about the spelling, it has to be exactly the same. You can actually copy and paste from here. You can come to the table, highlight, select, Control C to copy, and then bring it to the query class style beginner. So this is absolutely correct. It's exact. We got it from there. We cannot accidentally type small letter B or anything like that. It has to be if it's not identical, it's not going to work. Either you have to be very careful with your typing or just copy and paste it. And the class type is going to be the class type is beginner. You see, I almost made a mistake there. So it's important to be careful. And the class style is going to be street dance. Is it street routines? Yeah. And we need to make it bigger. Make sure you see all the text. Select and copy. How do we copy? Control
C.
Control C, yeah. And we go to the query and paste. I unticked by mistake. I need to make sure this is ticked. And view. Oh,
you put it in age.
I put it on age by mistake. On the class style, Control V. And now it's happy. Street routine beginners. This is a design view. What we have to upload is paste a screenshot of the design view of the query into the evidence document. Yeah, so this query, this is a design view. I would screenshot this one and take it to the evidence document. file, open. I saved earlier, so I just have to open that one. Evidence document, I think it's this one. No, it's not that one, sorry. Browse evidence document, not this one. So many of evidence document we worked with today. Evidence document, open it. Here it tells us paste a screenshot of design view of the query. Here, oh, sorry, print screen function and print screen, and Control V. Sometimes you know if the file size is too big, it may refuse uploading for you, so you may need to crop. You may need to do the cropping into Paint. Yeah. If you want to resize in Paint, this is how you do it. Paint. Sometimes it may be necessary to cut down the size, so the parts that you don't need, you can cut out. Oh, sorry. Could select these parts. It may be necessary to do that. New, Control V. It's slightly smaller, this one. The parts you don't need, you can cut out and then save it, make it smaller. But for now we have this one, and then we need to do the screenshot of the completed report. We have only done the query. We should save the query, to be honest, first, before we street routines, beginner, that would be an acceptable name. We create a report based on this. How do we create a report, George? How about if we go to, do you think it will help to go to home or create? To create a report.
Great.
Okay, create. And then here in the create part, we have a section for tables, for queries, forms, and reports. So we come to this section, and the easiest way of creating a report is to use a wizard. I actually would want you to use a wizard. Report wizard. Yeah. Report wizard. It will help you. It will ask you questions. You know, what fields you need to include, what layouts and that kind of things. So you select title, last name, first name, initial, address 1, address 2, town, county, and postcode, and next. It doesn't ask for any grouping, so based on the question you may need to add grouping, but here you are not asked, so no need to. Landscape may be better, and next, and finish. And this is a report. It looks like all those fields that were required are included.
Let's go very well.
Eh?
Let's go very quickly to
a quicker than way.
Press F.
All right. So
F11. Press F11.
F11 is not for. Sometimes you may need to resize the report. You could resize it in the design view, or an easier way would be to go to layout view.
No, not necessarily not, but all that just forget that.
You have to do it the right way. Yeah. So you may need to resize. In this case, because I put it landscape and I added only the fields that were required, you're absolutely right. And if it's not necessary, you don't need to resize. Only you need to actually edit if it's only if it's necessary, only if it's required. Yeah. Make sure the report is clear and easy to read. Yeah. To make sure so this is resizing would be part of what you would do to make the report easy to read. You can go to design view and work on the look of it. For example, you could decide to make the heading bold, you make it red. Yeah. So there are things that you can do. You could decide to put this in the center. Yeah. Or you could put all those headings all the headings. You could decide to make them bold. You could decide, oh, I want them to be slightly bigger size. Yeah. And view. Yeah, there are things you can do as well here. Yeah, but it asks for a screenshot of the report. You take screenshot of the report and put it into the evidence document. Crop if necessary. Crop within the document first. Yeah, within the evidence document. Save and close. Then after that, if you are in the exam, you would upload by clicking here, and you'll have the button to actually search and find, browse and find. Yeah, make sure what your file size is below 2 megabytes, so that you are permitted to upload it. Otherwise, you may need to edit. Okay. Any question on this? No. Okay. Thank you very much. The next question we'll see.